Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to go over kind of a face-off between Godzilla versus Gamera. So it's going to be easy, simple, and for beginners. The video is going to be, I don't know, roughly like 10 to 15 minutes. Stay all the way to the very end of the video because it's really short, right? It's only like a 10-minute video. And by the very end, you will have a new skill. So I'm going to go through it step by step. If you love drawing and, you love learning about drawing, hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification. That's pretty much it. So let's get into the what's going on here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab a pencil and I'm going to do very light tracing, like just a super quick like square right here on one side. And I'm going to do another one like maybe like a circle over here of Gamera, like where they're going to be placed. I'm just going to do that very lightly. You probably won't even see it in the edit here. I'm just going to do that really just to get my placement set. And then I can actually kind of go into it. I'm going to go over here into Godzilla first, and I'm going to go down into the brow, like kind of the front of the eyes. Out over here, in the front of the nose. Down. I'm gonna go over here in the bottom here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just kind of go make it flat right now, the mouth, and I'm gonna pull down here because there is like some skin that reptiles have when they open their mouth. Line back for underneath the jaw. Line over here for the head. Line over here down for the bottom of the neck. His neck kind of goes out, because we're doing the kind of new Godzilla, the what do you call it? The I don't know what you call it. I guess the Universal Godzilla, like I forgot what it's called. Legendary Godzilla. There you go. All right, going over here, and so the neck is gonna be big. He's kind of like this big fat lizard, essentially. Gonna go over here in the back, and I'm gonna draw Spike over here. Another one, a little bit bigger here. And another one right there for the spikes on the back. Gonna go on this side, and I'm gonna draw an eye like that, kind of a triangle. Gonna pull back here because remember that's just a skin flap, so we're gonna have the actual mouth over here. Curve line here, and we're gonna draw sharp teeth. Right, pretty basic stuff, pretty simple stuff. Same thing over here. Try to make them maybe different sizes. Gonna go over here, line down, curve over here for the back of the jaw. Line over here because there is kind of like this kind of texture change over here. It's almost like a plane change from the back of the arm to the front of the arm. Down here for the arm, I didn't put that in there. The curved line on the edge of the paper. And from here, I'm going to throw these thin lines for the texture, right, on the underbelly of Godzilla. And he kind of has them up here as well. He has these plates. We'll go back to him in a second. Let's go over to Gamera, okay? So Gamera is generally smaller, so a little bit smaller, but we're gonna try to make him evenish just so that makes sense, the scale. Up over here, he's got this kind of Kermit head in. And it's gonna be kind of a round, kind of Happy Meal face. I guess he's got kind of like a Kermit face. before anything else, he has this huge tooth. So I'm going to draw this tooth down here up, like so. Curve. It's coming from his upper lip. Line over here. Line over here. Gonna go down here for the lower part of the mouth. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of, you're gonna see some of the back part of his mouth here, like so. You see that back part. Again, think like Kermit. I know it sounds funny. Angry. Line over here for the eye. Lower portion of the mouth. Line over here for the, he's got like a turtle shell. And he's got like a neck over here, which pulls down. And it kind of goes back on this side. Front of his turtle shell. And then you're going to see kind of the top of his arm over here. But I'm not going to draw his arm in it, per se. I guess I can. Here's his other shoulder. And you're going to see his arm go that way. So what I'm going to really do now is I'm going to go into detail, right? Detail would be like just small kind of... first thing I'm going to do is erase these starting lines that I had. And I'm going to go into small detail as far as like scales and things like that. So I'm going to grab, you know, a marker and stuff. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in here and just start taking a thinner line to some of these things. And just start creating like I'm pulling the bags into the eyes right here, going to the eye. It's getting mad. Maybe pull the eye over here. Godzilla does have like these scale-like structures, so I'm gonna pull thin, very thin lines around certain areas. I'm gonna find the back side of his mouth as well. I didn't find the back side. See the inside of his mouth, and I'm gonna fill that in. But most of these two characters is gonna be like thin, wispy details. So like, go right here, right? Gonna go find a bag under his eye as well for Godzilla. Maybe smaller spikes here and there. Going here on this side. And what I'm going to do is start throwing these scales right here. See these little bubble things? It's like the underside of a bubble. And I'm going to start putting them like everywhere. Like little tiny ones too. It has to be thin. Because then it's going to look like a texture on him. Right? The top is more like plates. So I might not do the top as much. But I'm going to do it almost everywhere else. And I am going to throw like a shadow here below. At least below the neck. Because I think that a shadow there, just like a light, see like that? See that like a line almost? And that's going to make it look like, you know, there's reflective stuff coming from the floor. Let's go over here to Gamera. I'm going to give him teeth. I forgot to give him regular teeth because most of his stuff is from these tusks over here. I'm going to draw thin lines in the tusk. And same thing. Going to draw these curved like underside like C's or something. I don't know what you say. But I'm going to draw starting these curved lines for line over here. And I'm going to draw like just these squares on the shell. Like nothing too wild, you know? It's just like, see, as you look at it, like it's really, it starts to take form when you start throwing these little like tiny dots for texture. Once you have like this Kermit shape, the shell shape, it's pretty much right. So that's kind of like a lot of it, really. It's kind of strange how much of it is when you kind of break it down. It's a lot of this is detail. These guys are just piles of like scales with like some form. That's why you can change Godzilla a gazillion different ways. I mean, as long as you have the spikes in the back and the layout the same, you can change it a lot of different ways. Because I'm gonna throw a thicker line right there, and maybe throw a shadow over here because you know they're the same structure. Um, Throwing in darker lines over here for the eyes, just so they stand out a little bit more. And that's pretty much it. That would be, you could just keep kind of repairing these, you know, these like just kind of keep like doing these textures pretty much everywhere. It's strange how much you can do with that, right? So Godzilla, just to shorten up, has these plates on his back and these small, tiny little texture all over them, all over him. Just so you can put them everywhere. You don't have to put them like everywhere, but make sure they're thin and small so that they don't overwhelm the topic. And he looks more or less like Kermit with giant tusks. If anybody's a Gamera fan, like say hi, you know, because I just watched all his movies and it was pretty awesome. Whew. Let me draw like, and that's pretty much it. I was gonna say that is it, and I think I am gonna leave it like that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. I'll do some on this arm here. I appreciate you watching. Uh, Let me know what you think. Yeah, thank you so much. If you appreciated this video, please share the video and press the like button. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video. See you later.